Why, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode on PlayFrame. It's a cloudy morning here in Rhalgr's Reach, and your boy here is ready to do some good. Yes, we have helped the Resistance here open up communications with the Alliance. We have gone out and done a little bit of recruiting. We have learned a good bit about the area and the difficulties literally everyone in the area is going through. So hopefully we are better equipped to be useful. Have you thought of anything at all new to say in the time? You've had a whole weekend. Disappointing. Okay, you. If you don't mind, I'm thinking of staying here and assisting Mefford with the training of the new recruits. You said that last time too, but you get a pass, because you said more words last on Friday. LSA, I expect more words from you. The tale of our victory in East End will be known to every Alamegan from the fringes to the peaks when I'm through. You'll see. You're all saying the same things. That's fine. That's my fault. Conrad, I'm here to help. Conrad wishes to thank you for all that you've done in such a short time. Owing to the efforts of all, we've accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. Ah! Hi, everyone else. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful. Indeed. There were several amongst the Scions ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Kemp, if I may. My name is Arnvald Lentenis, a half-breed, as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You're a true-born son of Garabania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks, and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I'll propose to General Alden that we draw up plans for an assault on Castle and Velodyna. Then in the meantime, we'll make what preparations we can. Exciting times. You may, if you're eagle-eyed and have a very, very good memory, you may remember Arenvald. But I'll get back to that later. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Orients and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near-total casualties.
Near-total? Go on.
My lord,
There was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards, who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why? When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my house. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay, a lot worth bringing up about all of that. One, heck of a voice on that guy. I mean, awful, but like, heck of a voice. Also, one thing that I never really caught before, you notice sort of that the anthem cutscene that kind of came immediately before being in the throne room and all that. The just full anthem that everyone was singing. Same melody as this one, right? And some of you may be wondering, like, wait, like, is that... Have we been listening to a Garlean anthem in here this whole time? That seems weird. It's not a Garlean anthem, it's an Alamegan one, and this is something that I'd only just, like, connected the dots on literally just now. The Garleans have, like, created a Garland celebrating version of that anthem and just sort of supplanted it, using Alamegan culture and just sort of forcefully infusing it with their own and literally appropriating it for a specific tactical imperialistic purpose. And that is so insidious and evil and kind of a brilliant little storytelling choice on the on the part of the devs here. I really love that detail. I can't believe that never fully connected and clicked for me before. Stormblood's good. Okay, there's a lot of people to talk to now. So, the thing I was going to say, Arenvald, right. Eagle-eyed folks may remember Arenvald. Arenvald has been in, not even the Rising Stones, the Waking Sands for a long time. Like, we met Arenvald back in A Realm Reborn. He was just one of the many, many extras just around in the Waking Sands when we were early on coming up, taking on, like, Ifrit and Titan and the... just one of the young little rank and file. And now as an Alamegan out here wanting to take part in this fight. And that's so great. Heck, these two might be as well. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I'm kind of starting to guess. Yeah, they were probably standing around too. They're like vaguely familiar. For a long time, I struggled to make sense of that day of the Waking Sands. Why I survived when Aab and Auli didn't. Not anymore. Yeah, that's right, the Imperial raid on the Waking Sands, which you did get away and survive. And I'm glad you did. Welcome. Alphino asked for volunteers, so here I am. First Ishgard, now Amigo, eh? No rest for the righteous. Long ago did I resolve never again to take up sword or spear. At first for sport, and then entirely. But a chance encounter with a young Arenvald served to remind me not all battles are as empty as those fought upon the Blood Sands. Glad you're out here. Have you thought of new words? Minago did well to spread word of our victory in East End. Hardly a day goes by without some would-be recruit arriving, inspired by the tale. Excellent. Arenvald is not much older than I am. We would often chat about this and that whenever I paid a visit to the Waking Sands. I knew he had strong feelings about Alamigo and the occupation, but mayhap I underestimated his passion. Did I talk to you already? It's all happening so fast. Isn't it exciting? It is exciting. And what the hey, I've talked to everyone else. We won't have much time to train the new recruits, but we'll make the most of it. The Resistance will need every able-bodied man and woman in the field if we're going to take Velodyna. I feared it would take longer to rouse the people to action after the disaster at the wall, but it seems our countrymen are not so easily discouraged. Change is on the horizon, my friends. I can feel it. I too am excited. Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties? We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I'll understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Well, all right. Eager to help. Let's go find somewhere to be useful. You. Bevies. Beves. I'm gonna go with Bevies. Bevies is certain he has seen you somewhere before. I don't know that I recognize you. I beg your pardon? The man who bested Gaius Van Baelsar wishes to offer me his assistance? I say, this is highly irregular. Though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause, and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and, Dermin, thank you for your assistance, now and ever after. Where do I know you from? Are you going to tell me later? I hope you tell me later. But okay, we need to go and question the people of Rhalgr's Reach. You're not one of the people, but you're nearby, so... There's never enough of anything to go around, which is why they put a man like me in charge of the stores. Some folks have trouble saying no. I don't. You seem equipped for the job. Let me go find someone to question for my actual homework assignment, though. So we're way deep in to the mountain itself now, kind of back in a cave. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up map. So this is sort of like the common area. This is that tent. This is where the big statue is. If you go kind of back here, you can just go through a whole tunnel back into the mountain of the wall. To this cool little space, which I quite like. And also there's someone back here. You, Frotmar. Pleased to see you. Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes, back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a fulm of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Thank you for your thoughts, and glad to have you with us. All right, next person. Let's go see the merchants and the sutlers and whatnot. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? And there's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. That makes sense. Where next? Let's see. I feel like they've actually populated the area around with some more just sort of ambient NPCs and just sort of freedom fighters. Might be my imagination, but I feel like they're just sort of slowly filling this place out. I like that. I think we're going to be going back in the infirmary. Kryl, you still... Hey, you are still here. How's it going? I'm told you've been busy, as have we, lest you wonder. None here shall perish for want of proper treatment. Not under y'all's watch. Been to the peaks and back, have you? Glad to see you're in good health. I sure am. So, Orella, I'm here to help. Well, actually, no, I'm here to take your thoughts. I can help later. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps. Or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. Understandable. Thank you for your story. Now, where's the last one of you? Oh, around this way. Cool. Hewak. Hughawk? Hewak? No idea. What are you doing? Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you might as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's lands, like as not, but that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. I admire that. And appreciate it, also. Darn, this place is pretty. Okay, let's go turn in my book report. Bevies, I talked to everyone, or at least 4 of everyone. I hope that's enough. Well met, Durman. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters, as I asked? I sure did. Page after page of the log is filled with a flowing script. Doubtless Bevies has had much practice honing his handwriting. As fascinating as they are varied. You have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend. Never. I agree. Happy to help. Okay. I think there's a couple other folks who could use a hand out here. Let's find them. Ahilissa. I interviewed you earlier. Sounds like you need help. Ahilissa considers the cookpot with a frown. You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebby for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, as long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. You got it. And hey, I even know where that is. To the storeroom with the guy who's not afraid to say no. Hopefully we can get a yes. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. Well, okay. I'll take it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Well, okay. I don't think we've really done ingredient gathering and delivering before. We're expanding our business. Fragrant herbs. Okay, let me go gather some more like this and then we'll go turn it in. Here's the last one. Sneaky thing. Okay, that should do it. Let's go turn these in. Alyssa! I bring herbs. Oh, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. Sure do. Precisely what type of herb this is remains unclear, but the important thing is it's green and fragrant. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, sir. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, well, but to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be careful when our countrymen can spare some for the, grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost, too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. That makes sense. And I'm happy to help. Now, I know I saw one more of you needing a hand. Ah, yes, the Ananta Battle Maid. Hello. The Ananta Battle Maid is not one to be trifled with. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I'm a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this day, yet nary a one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Let me go find your students. I'll be right back. Hello? Any new recruits who are supposed to be in fight class? Devout recruit? Feel like maybe I should be quiet in here. I know, I'm late. But I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Hey, fair enough. And you'll be the first of the 5 back, so I doubt you'll be in that much trouble. Ah, fiery recruit. You're late. Huh? Training? God, I was so busy practicing to impress the others, I completely forgot. Thank you. Love that enthusiasm. Boy, what a place. Recruits. Late recruits. You. Brooding one. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question's moot. Yes, those are good big thoughts, but for later. Right now, learn to punch. There's 2 more of you. Where are you hiding? Aha! Hey, just because the food's almost ready doesn't mean you can't go to class. The teacher calls for me. I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... yes, of course, there's no time. If you'd excuse me. All right. Who's the latest one? Snake teacher's gonna make you do push-ups. Where are you? Hey. Late person. For real, where are you hiding? Are you in here? Is there an in here? I'm not sure there's an in here. Where are you? Reveal yourself, coward. Go to school. Oh, there you are. Faint-hearted recruit. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. You'll be fine. Okay. All recruits gathered and accounted for. Let's report. Boy, what a full day of helping we've done. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Nice to meet you, and I agree. Whip 'em in shape. All right. I think our helping is done. Maybe. Or perhaps I could help one more. Swarthy resistance fighter. What are you looking at? The swarthy resistance fighter is at wit's end. Oh. Damn it all. Where could it have gone to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? I'd be him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the Reach since, so it's gotta be around here somewhere. If you got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officer's Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. All right. Sure. Seems like a fine task to do while listening to the nice evening version of this music. So much good music in Stormblood. Like, every expansion has incredible stuff. But Stormblood has some of my favorites for sure. Well, there's the thing. All right. Let's find our swarthy friend. Guess what? I found a thing. I swear, I searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. Good news! A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Rhalgr. 7 hells, that's the one! That's my lucky ward! You're a godsend, brother! Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son's born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Now, good for you. Glad we could find your thing. Too many celebratory themes. They must do battle. There can be only one. Congrats on the level up, Dermot. So, how are things going? More men means we need more arms and armor, but we'll find a way. We've come this far, haven't we? We sure have. Alphino, I've been busy. What have you been doing? Alphino's been making himself useful to the Resistance. Has he now? Explain. Oops, didn't mean to move. Thing. Accident. It's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, here we go. That's fine. And with that, another task is complete. Oh, Dermot, I hear you've been keeping busy. That he has, and we thank him for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. Hello. As discussed, Minago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castle and Velodyna to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castromorians before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That sounds great. That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I'll wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryl and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the Chirurgeons, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Works for me. You don't gotta convince me to go talk to Y'shtola and Kryl, you can. Gracious. Intense. Y'shtola and Kryl. How goes healing? Is aught amiss? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it's imperative we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Ala Mhigo, for my father, and for Ida. I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They'll stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion, given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the self-same cause I've served since first I pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Menphilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Dermot, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmond, the man who slew Gaius Van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. Options. I'll fight. The Empire poses too great a threat. We can but carry on for those we've lost and those we can yet save. A good classic, but let's see what else we got. As long as there's a battle to be fought, I'll be there. To be frank, Elfie, this isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. This is a good general all-purpose one, but in the specific, I do feel the Empire poses too great a threat. Indeed. As you've doubtless seen during your time in the outlying villages, their so-called meritocracy is but a pretext to torture and enslave their lesser subjects. Such is the fate that awaits us all should their expansion continue unchecked. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Minago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Dermot? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castromorians would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Minago to wait a little longer. Sounds good. Well, you two hold down the fort. I gotta go catch up to the gang. Everybody wait up. Don't leave without me. Best make sure you got everything you need. We might not be coming back for a while. I got all I need. I didn't bring much. Grandfather stood with the army that faced the Garleans at Cartano. This is dangerously close to becoming a family tradition. Yeah, let's not have it end quite the same way, though. I'd prefer. So you will be accompanying us. Full glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let's be off. Let's do. To Castromorians! Here we are. Rub on, everyone. We're good to go. I hear that Rhalgr's reach is overrun with new recruits. Did I not tell you that we need to only inspire the people to rise up once more? You were right, Pippin. As always. Hey, how are you doing? A pleasure to meet you, Dermot. I oversee adder operations here in the Elder Seedseer's stead. Rest assured that our scouts were handpicked from the elite ranks of the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. If the Imperials take so much as one step into East End, we will know. Your confidence makes me confident. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I'm come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field a half-dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad's eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Velodyna. Capture Velodyna? That'll not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we're ever to push east towards the capital. There's no profit in delay. It's only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Velodyna watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there's no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Terrapin? By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. It's a plan, then. All right. Y'all ready to do the plan? A castellum is less a military installation and more a supply depot, a storage and distribution facility for the surrounding area. That being the case, taking it will not only earn us a strategic foothold, but deprive our enemy of valuable resources. Sounds like a good place to start. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission, see how he would like to proceed. Works for me, though I do think we're gonna have to do that next time. Where are you, anyway? Pippin? Oh, you're still in the same place, of course. Anyway, we are going to be doing that on Wednesday. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you then for the attack on Castellum. I said castle, it's not a castle. It's a different thing. For the attack on Castellum Velodyna, though. See you then for that. Goodbye.